Hello there, welcome back. In just a minute we're going to be revealing the new look on our Nikki. But first, who could believe she's been in Coronation Street for 25 years? She hasn't changed a bit.
He's not coming.
I can't think who you're on about.
Ray Langton.
Oh, him?
Yes, him. And don't crack on with sat here because you suddenly like the fresh air life, because we're not.
Gail Potter, I sometimes think your mouth make a good bus stop.
Think I liked you better when you're in love with David Bowie.
Sure, will you?
Wonderful stuff, Helen. It's great to see you. It really is.
Nice to be here.
And that must have been one of the first ones,
It
yeah?
was definitely one of the first ones. The first one was with Ray Langton and Neville Boswell. They were the first two people I met on Coronation Street. They were a good two people to meet to start, because it's such a nerve-wracking experience.
Must be scary.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
walking into all those people who you've watched for years on end?
Because when you were doing, I mean, people like Pat Phoenix must still
Pat
be-
Phoenix and Doris Speed and Vi Carson and
Scary women.
I actually, yes, we had a green room in those days, and everybody had their own chairs, but there wasn't a name on them, so you had no idea whose chair was who. And so I just went and sat in a vacant chair, and it was Vi Carson's, and she walked into the room. She just walked into the room, and looked at me, and I got up and I never sat in that chair. In fact, I went and sat outside of the green room. I sat on a window ledge for 3 months before I dare go back. But I mean, I don't think it's like that now. I don't think people would do that now.
No,
I think it's a friendlier place.
More democratic now, perhaps.
Thank goodness.
Everybody's got a chair and it's okay and it's absolutely fine. Can't believe it's 25 years. I bet you can't as
I
well.
can't believe it's 25 years. No, it feels like about 10, and. I mean, I went for 6 weeks, as I said earlier. I went in for 6 weeks, and I've managed to stay there.
No, it's great, and so much has happened to the character. It's extraordinary when you think about it.
Yes, I arrived as giggling Gail Potter. I can't remember what age she was actually, but and she's moved through all. Well, like anybody watching, I'm sure people who watched Gail 25 years ago related to her and moved along with her through marriages and all sorts of things.
Well, things that, I mean, it was quite extreme what's happened to her and kids and all of that. I suppose the thing that people remember is the terrible death of Brian. Our Brian.
It was bad. It was quite bad for its time, wasn't it?
Actually. There was lots of talk about that.
Was there?
Yeah, I remember at the time. In fact, we can go down memory lane and have a look. This is the demise of our Brian.
He can't be dead. He can't be.
I'm sorry, love.
Are you sure it's Brian?
Yes. There's no doubt about it. Pauline?
Yes, Gail?
Will you ring for me, ma'am, please?
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that well.
Yes, I remember that scene. I don't always remember them, but I do remember that one. I remember thinking about that one quite a lot.
It must be hard. And the thing about it is that so much has happened to the character, so many things have happened. As an actress, it must be brilliant.
Yes, it is. I mean, people think that it's difficult to play something, the same part for 25 years, but it's not, because, of course, she's changing all the time. It's always interesting, and there's always new things to find out about her and new avenues to go down.
If you met her, would you like her?
I'm not sure. I'm not Gail. I'm not a bit like...
No, I know you're not. I know.
I think I could have been Gail if I'd have stayed in Morecambe and, you know, worked in Morecambe and had children, done all those things, but I didn't. My life went down a different avenue.
No, it certainly did. I remember as well, I mean, it was a bit risque because she went off with young Martin.
I went off with it. I think Sean and I, now I'm not quite sure about, but I think Sean and I did the first naked bed scene.
Really?
Well, I mean,
were you totally naked?
No, not naked at all, actually. But you just thought that. Yes, it's very risky.
It's worked really well, though. That team has worked very well.
Oh, Sean, yes. I don't know how many years we've been married, but it's been a good marriage. I love working with him.
No, it's great, and you can tell that. You can tell that. It does work really, really well.
And he, of course, was so young when he came into the programme.
He's a baby.
It's very funny to see the difference between him then and now.
I know, that's very, very true. Gail has got a blind spot, and the blind spot has got to be her son.
It's my Nick.
Oh,
well, he's gorgeous, isn't he?
He's absolutely, especially in his new video.
Well, I'm really looking forward to seeing it, because I haven't seen it either.
It's very good. You're talking about naked. Nothing is left to the imagination. Well, virtually nothing is left to the imagination.
Oh, bless him.
But that really is the blind spot. He can do no wrong.
No, well, isn't that true? Isn't that true
with
of
mothers
most
and their
women?
sons? I think it probably is. I think it probably is. Good storyline just now about the cheque and the money to get Leanne off the scene.
I think the storylines with the Battersbys will go on forever.
Yes.
I mean, they're such they're good ideas, and I think she had an ulterior motive paying off the money, of course, and I think it was a
get rid of her.
Well, yes, I don't think it was quite quite as simple as that. I think it was, she believes her Nick's going to do great things, you see, so she'd rather, if she leaves it for a long time, Nick will have to pay her more money. I mean, it's quite...
yeah, that's true.
Gail's actually thinking there.
No,
you know?
she is very much so. We've got a wee sneak preview, I believe. Is it tonight's Coronation Street, I think? Let's have a wee look. Here we go.
How is he?
He's fine.
Yeah. What did he say about Leanne's demands?
He's all for it.
Oh, is he? Is he going to pay?
He's skint, Martin. I told you he would be.
Where's it all gone?
Well, he's had to set himself up over there, find somewhere to live. And he's bought himself a motorbike.
Oh, good. Because he'll have something to sell, won't he?
Ah, you see the tension that's caused by that Nick in that marriage. There are 3 people in that marriage.
Absolutely.
It's very, very
Yes.
difficult.
I think he's jealous.
I think he probably is. Of course he is. So, how long do you reckon? I mean, it's been 25 years.
25
You're quite
years.
happy to keep going with this character. There's a lot more.
Yeah, I did.
isn't there?
A long time ago, I suppose. I used to think I had to leave and do other things like other actors. And then one day I just woke up and I thought, well, why do I have to leave if I'm enjoying myself?
Exactly.
And so I've stayed there, and I'm still enjoying myself. So as long as I am enjoying myself, I guess I'd like to stay if they'll have me.
Well, we want you to stay. It's a great character, a really good character. Even when you want to shake her sometimes, but that's what's so good about it. And you really do care about the character as well, which is terrific. So you stay there for another 25 years.
Oh, thank you, Lorraine. I'll do my best.
It's great to see you. Give my love to everybody.
I will.
And I'll be there as always, 7:30 tonight, glued to the set. Thank
Pleased
you.
to hear it.
Cheers. Right, before we see the results of today's makeover, let's remind ourselves of how Nikki looked before.
Help! I'm single, 30.